Hi, my name's Rabbit, and this is my character Bunny, and I am playing a Japanese exclusive title called Dragon Quest X. You might have heard of it. I am not the world's biggest Dragon Quest fan, but I have played a few entries in the series, and I was really curious about the MMO. After some digging around and a little bit of tinkering, here we are with my character Bunny. She's super cute. We're gonna try and sort of skip through some of the stuff and give you a basic guide for the elf race in the starter area. First thing you're gonna want is this hat, which comes from an NPC at the southern exit of your starter town. It does boost your experience, which makes everything a lot easier. You can only use it up until, I believe, level 79, maybe earlier than that. They might have changed it. I'm not entirely sure. After you get through all of your cutscenes and are able to move around freely, you are going to want to exit from the west exit of town and head northward to the tower that is on this side of the map. The game is fairly straightforward when you first start playing. Um, while the menu and everything is in Japanese, the battle menu is still going to be the same as every other Dragon Quest that you've played. The first option is attack, and we're gonna go smack a few slimes and a couple other monsters on the way to the tower just so you can sort of get a feel for this. Um, all the monsters are out in the field. The maps are instants, but you can move around fairly easy. The transitions are quick, even over a VPN. And see, there's my basic attack. I'm a minstrel. Right now, since I'm level 1, I don't have any skills or spells. You can see other monsters still moving around in the background because your fight, while other monsters can't sort of come in unless they are summoned by a creature that you're already fighting, your battle does take place on the map where other players can see you. As you level up, you get new stats. You will get skill points as you get higher, not necessarily with every level, depending on the class. But it's pretty straightforward. Um, for the first few levels, the menus and everything are very similar for combat. And as you can see, it does have a sort of nighttime thing going on right now. Well, there's also a day night schedule. I just so happened to be adventuring while the sun was down. It's very pretty. The maps are very warm and brightly colored. Occasionally, you will get loot boxes that drop from monsters. They can have everything from crafting items to higher tier equipment that has been pre upgraded up to, I believe, plus 3. I'm still kind of a noob, so if I get things wrong, it's understandable. I've only been playing about 2 months. I decided to make a brand new character for this. Um, and sometimes you'll see things like rain, such as what's going on right now. There's a Draki in the background. Um, there are a lot of really nice little touches, the lights that glow at night, the different sort of styles of the environment depending on which location you're at. And the overall game does have a very nice, warm feeling. Now, I know some people are going to be like, but it's menu based combat. Um, I actually enjoy this. I like the slower pace as much as I enjoy action based games like Terra, for example, which is a really popular to this day action combat game. There's something to be said for a game that is much more accessible to all ages or people that can't necessarily or just do not want to play, the more modern styles. But honestly, it's pretty fluid. It doesn't play much different as far as speed goes than a hotbar tab targeting kind of game. It's really basic right now because I'm like level 2 or 3 right here. Um, and you can see the towers up ahead. There are different types of treasure chests, which I believe there's one near here, but I did skip it because I've already done it. It's nothing too important. But there's treasure chests of different types, and I'll go over these more in detail things depending on how the videos go and what I'm recording. Right now, my main focus is on getting through the. And here we have some equipment, I believe. Yep. Which you can equip from your menu, the third option. As you can see, it's explaining it to me in Japanese. But when you equip your item, you just grab it. It does change how your character looks. And there's actually a way to hide equipment that you don't want to see, like headgear and stuff. I'll go over that a little later because I wanted to just sort of get up here, get going, get through these cutscenes because I have done all of this before. We're going to skip through the majority of it. I might show you a few clips here and there. Um, but once you get out and finish with this quest, you can go to your menu. See, I have to go back to town. If you go to, on the PC, your V menu and hit M, it will usually either show you the next location or actually offer to teleport you to the next location for your main quest. This is not available for the side quest. You're going to have to kind of tough it out and figure it out for that. Um, the little houses and everything, most of the NPCs have something to say. If their names have a purple name, purple color to the name over their head, that means it is a side quest. Pink named NPCs, I can talk, I swear, tend to give extra details or guide you to the next point for your story quest. There are bars and NPCs and extra activities that you unlock later. But the starter village only has a few things to sort of get you going. And here I am trying to figure out, what to do next. So there are a couple little extra scenes that you can unlock by going back and, making sure to talk with all the NPCs, especially the little princess. She's so cute. I didn't really show her up to this point. You can talk to shelves. Sometimes they will have information available. And let's see what's going to happen here. I really do apologize for all these random things that are popping up on the screen. I use OBS for recording, and I wasn't able to stream it at the time, so I'm not really sure. I was trying a new video format, and here's the little princess. She's so cute. But again, not gonna include any sort of spoilers in what I'm doing. Trying to figure out, it can take a little bit of trial and error to get from point A to point B because this game is in Japanese. I speak a little, but my comprehension, especially of written characters, is fairly low. And of course, Legacy not of Milan, I'll make a man out of you. No, this here is the results from the testing, and like you see, it's bouncing back and forth between all the NPCs running around. There are a few wikis that you can go to get information about this stuff, but overall, you're just gonna have to explore a little bit. I will be doing the main quest. Poor little girl. She's so sad. Let's skip forward. And after the scene with her crying, you need to go over to the palace and speak with Mr. Mohawk here. He's so cool. He's my favorite out of all the starter area NPCs. I think he's really cool. And there'll be another series of cutscenes where they tell you a little bit more about what's going on. And after this, there is, if you look down on the bottom left, you can see I'm over by the post office. Did I say bottom right? I meant bottom left. And this little dude, he is a tutorial quest on how to use the screenshot function. You cannot just press print screen. What they do is you hold down F12 and then some options are going to pop up. It will give you a little viewfinder, which you'll see in 3, 2, 1, maybe. There we go. And you can sort of adjust things, and it actually uploads it to the website where you have sort of a diary and stuff that you can do about your character. There's a lot of really cool extras with this game. And he's all excited because I took his picture, I guess. And anyways, for this quest, what you actually have to do is exit out of the southern exit from town. And when you open up your mini map, you're going to see a little quest ring over top of a bridge in the sort of northeastern area of the map. When you get there, it's a little confusing. You need to open up your items tab and then select your key item. I'll be happy to go into further detail over this if absolutely needed. You can kind of look it up online too. Google Translate can usually help you get the gist of most quests. If there's something that you're having a particularly difficult amount of time with that I don't cover, let me know and I can try and explain it. Or if I haven't done it yet, I can grab a video of it with my character and go do it. Hopefully, if I can figure it out too, because I do not know everything. My Japanese is probably at an upper beginner level. I've talked with a few Japanese players in Japanese. It's a Japanese game. But my Japanese is pretty rough. Um, but it's actually been improving. That's why I started playing the game. And here's the cleared quest scene. So you hate it in. From here, what you're going to want to do is open your menu up again, hit the M button because, well, I play on PC. I'm not quite sure what the buttons are for any other version or with a controller. It's going to teleport you just outside of the next map that you need to for your quest, and we are going to go on a speed run through the forest to get to where the next NPC is. And this is actually, after other than the tutorial, this is your first kind of real boss fight. I actually kind of think the tutorial boss is a little bit more difficult than this particular fight. As you can see, you want to heal up. I've got some armor from the shop, not the best or anything. I just picked a few random pieces. There's nothing too fancy. It's not difficult. You might want to have a few healing items on hand. Oh, heal slimes. Um, you want to make sure that you go on the northern branch of the path because if you go too far south, you're going to run into some really strong monsters for your level. Um, Once you get here, you talk to the lady, hop in the warp, and here's the battle. I am skipping again the cutscenes and stuff, but he doesn't hit very hard. I think I chose the 1.5 times difficulty. You can go normal difficulty, 1.2 times, and 2 times difficulty. The more difficult the fight, the better reward you get. And like I said before, the combat in this game is not what you're going to find in a lot of modern MMOs. It is sort of an active time battle, but it's not, so far, has not been anything too crazy, but you are going to run into harder fights. You are going to die. There's still difficult stuff. Um, he heals you after the fight, and you just teleport back to town and go talk to the NPCs. We're probably going to pick up right here for our next video if you guys are interested. I really enjoy Dragon Quest X. It's a really cute little game. And if you can get your hands on it and sort of figure out how to set everything up, I highly encourage you to try it out. There is a free trial. So let's see what happens. Anyways, I'll see you next time.